I've been recording all day.
Hey, yeah, let's see how you do under pressure. Oh, yeah, I've been wanting this shit forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Okay, hey, yeah, ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early, feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy. Extra, extra. Fuck with me, you know that I got it. Come with me, let's take a trip to the islands. We up on the jet, we'll do more than just fly on it. Stand on that hill, you gon' die on it.
Yo, what's up? What's happening? Welcome to the Fireflies Wrestling Podcast. Today is July 26, 2025, the year of our Lord, the year of the snake.
That's right, Jake the Snake. I don't have a story this week. I just want to give my condolences to my former colleague, the legendary man himself, the Hulkster. Damn you for tossing me out of the Royal Rumble, but regardless, rest in peace to you, my brother. Thank you.
Absolutely. And today we're gonna pay tribute. And before we even get into it, we've said some things in the past on this show, and talked about some of the displeasures with Hulk Hogan as the person, but the entertainer is what we are celebrating here. And Cody said it best last night on Smackdown, and we'll cover that a little bit later on. But the passing of Hogan was very fucking tragic, very sudden. Apparently, it was not very many people knew how sick he was, and I don't think even his closest friends and family knew how sick he was. And even Jimmy Hart. From my understanding, Teddy Long had talked to Jimmy Hart and 20 minutes before Hogan passed, and so nobody knew how sick he was, and it's terrible. Before we get into like talking about some of the things, moments of Hogan that we enjoyed, I'm gonna say right now, I know nobody's watching. People probably might watch back, but whatever negative comments you have about Terry Bollea or Hulk Hogan, we're celebrating the life of a human being, and I personally do not delight in the death of somebody. And whether you believe that he made racist comments or whether you believe that he was in it for himself, there's people that loved him. There was people that cared about him and respected him. And if professionals, fucking professionals, like
of all skin
color, can respect him. We're talking the Leo Rushes, and I know that's not a big name, but Devon, right? Like just many, Teddy Long, a bunch of people of all skin colors, all races, all creeds. If they can respect him and his body of work, then why can we not? So that's what I'm going to say there. Chris, do you got anything to say before we start talking?
I want to kind of piggyback off of that really quick on a comment I made on Twitter the day of his passing. The people that are celebrating Hogan passing away and the people that are on TikTok recording them dancing and celebrating and yahooing to his death are the very same people that believe that Chris Benoit should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
The hypocrisy in the wrestling community and the IWC as a whole is some of the most ridiculous things I have ever seen in my life. And I want to call out one very specific person for creating some of the worst social media personalities I've ever seen in my life, and that's Elon Musk. We're really big on freedom of speech here in America and try to do that around the world and everything, right? And we believe in opinions, we believe in everything else. But what I don't believe in is allowing somebody to monetize off of being a disgusting human being. And Elon has made, formerly known as Twitter X, one of the, if not the worst social media app on the entire goddamn planet. TikTok right behind that.
Absolutely. I agree wholeheartedly. JR, you got something to say before we start?
Just rest in peace to Terry. I know we're gonna just dive deep into this, but you know, a family lost a father or grandfather. You know, a colleague, a friend, and no matter what, he's if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be here. None of us would be here in terms of liking wrestling the way it is right now. So, you know, I'm sad that he's gone, and I just hope that he has that match now with Macho Man up in heaven there with Bobby the Brain Heenan, Gorilla, Calvin Struts. So that's all I got to
And
say.
Absolutely.
I was saying when he passed away, I don't think I've ever seen the wrestling world shook like this since maybe Dusty and Roddy passed. And again, we know the impact Hogan has had on the wrestling business, and we know his personal demons. And I truly think that Hogan deserves to rest in peace. And I think the people who aren't willing to let go of a nasty word that he said, and I'm not justifying that word, but forgiving and, growing and moving on as a person. If, like Sean said, if professionals can do it, this community can do it. And I use that last part very loosely because the community hangs on to shit for a decade and a half. So, yeah.
And I'll say one thing. I said this on my Twitter. Words can be forgiven. Taking someone's life cannot.
Exactly.
Yes, that's all I would say about that.
Yeah, I seen somebody try to compare what Hogan said to what Chris Benoit did, and two completely different things, right?
I had somebody in my comments justifying the whole Chris Benoit thing, and it's just like, bro, I'm done.
Yeah, and that's a moot comparison, right? Like, because Benoit can't come back to apologize. He didn't serve any fucking prison time. What he did or what he supposedly did is inexcusable on every level. And what Hogan did, he came out and he apologized for it. Whether people choose to accept that apology or not, that's on him. It's on them, right? But regardless, he's a human being. He made mistakes. We're all fallible. Nobody's perfect. So so we'll jump right in. And Hogan, honestly, for me, like right off the bat, Hogan was the reason I got into professional wrestling. I've been very open about saying that the very first memory in life I can remember is Andre and Hogan at WrestleMania 3. I remember that perfectly. That he made me fall in love with wrestling like he did so many other people. And it was, and whether he was playing the role as Hulk Hogan or, eventually Hollywood Hogan with NWO, whatever he did had lasting ripple effects in professional wrestling. Whether, his matches his match with Ultimate Warrior, passing of the torch, his match, with Macho Man at WrestleMania, or even the heel turn and eventually like him and Sting and, NWO going to WWE and that, and then eventually like, Hogan joining TNA, which was absolutely massive. They hadn't had a big name like that ever. Right. And then with that, he brought over Kevin Nash, he brought over Scott Hall, how bad they were, doesn't matter. Brought over Scott Steiner, and then the likes of Ric Flair and Sting. Right. So like every move that he made in the wrestling industry put shockwaves throughout the wrestling industry. So to Hogan, that man is the Mount Rushmore, in my opinion, right? Is the Mount fucking Rushmore. So yeah, that's all I got to say about that. Chris, you got anything you want to say?
I mean, my first introduction to Hogan was NWO. Austin is the person that got me into wrestling, but couldn't ignore the noise that NWO made. We had Hollywood Hulk Hogan against The Rock, arguably one of the greatest matches of all time. And I've made my opinions on Hulk Hogan the wrestler very clear. I don't really care for many of his matches, but like you said, every move he made shook the entire system, whether it was for good or for bad. And the thing with Hogan is you compare it to let's compare to the modern day conversations that people love to say, right? Chris Jericho to AEW was a difference maker, and it shocked the system, right? And fucking Swerve and whoever else, Moxley, none of those hold in comparison to what Hulk Hogan did. And people need to realize that. Could you imagine for a second that Stone Cold Steve Austin, I'm not talking about stunning Steve Austin, Stone Cold Steve Austin, or The Rock, or The Undertaker, or even Kane, for fuck's sake, could you imagine if any of those guys were offered enough money or enough whatever to go to WCW, how different the landscape would be? Those are system shockers. Hulk Hogan started the wheel on shocking the system. And him going to WCW is still to this day arguably one of the biggest, if not the biggest, jump in companies of all time. Yeah. Because, as Eric Bischoff likes to say, he whooped Vince McMahon's ass for, 83 weeks?
Yeah.
That's something that no company can ever say. Yeah. And that was mainly because of Hulk Hogan and the NWO.
Yeah.
And that's what Hulk Hogan was. He was a different person, for better or for worse.
Absolutely. JR, you got anything you want to say about Hogan?
Well, Hogan, I think I've shared the story, but piggybacking to that WrestleMania 18 event there, because I was actually live there when that match happened, and that brings back a good memory with my older brother. So I remember being there live for that event. And think about it, it's like 70,000 people. They actually had 70,000 at Skydome at that time. So that event, hearing the energy that Hogan was giving to that crowd, and then they were giving it back to him, and then him supposedly be the bad guy, he was then being turned into the good guy. I was 17 at that time. I didn't know. I was looking around. I'm like, what the hell are you all doing? I'm like looking at the crowd. Like, what the hell are you all doing? I'm the only one cheering for The Rock at that time. But then I got the reason why they were doing it, and then the fact that they literally turned everything around and said, like, okay, Hogan, this is your moment. Go ahead. So they basically switched it around. And I'm also remembering him through that year as well, because we talk about shocking the system. He did several things there, which kind of during that year, which was not really mentioned a lot. He did three things. Hey, Ryan. He did three things in 2002, which kind of elevated three superstars. He gave The Undertaker a title run. He let Kurt Angle submit him in a match. And then finally, he let Brock Lesnar submit him into submission. So we always talk about, doesn't work for me, brother. And, that's a joke and all that. But he was actually unselfish in some cases. Now, could he have sold it better in the cases? That's, something we can always debate about. But if he knew that it was something that was right, he was willing to do that. So
I feel like his return to WWE is really special. 2002 when he came back, and they had that match with Rock and Hogan, and the build up for that. I think there's so many different pieces of a timeline in his career where you could argue, like, yeah, damn, he fucking killed WCW. And, you can make the argument that he did that, or you could say that Vince Russo killed the company or Eric Bischoff killed the company. I mean, he said, she said thing. But I feel like with Hogan, when he came back and had the program with Randy Orton of all fucking people, and
That's
did
right.
the Mr. America thing. I mean, he did a lot of really cool stuff that
Yeah.
I think so many people purposely forget just because, not only politics, but just kind of how the culture is of this is Hulk Hogan as a person. Fuck what he did post WCW.
Yeah.
And like you said, there's a lot of really good moments that he had in that ruthless aggression era that a lot of people don't talk about.
Oh, dude, that match with him and Vince was at WrestleMania was fucking great too.
That match was
Dude,
crazy.
Yeah.
My
that's
favorite
right.
shot of that match is when I think it's when he like decimates Vince in front of Shane and then like stares down Shane. Like that camera shot was so good.
Yeah.
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 So once again, we're gonna say rest in peace, Hulkster. You're gonna be missed. We also got another person that we want to remember, and it was just a few days prior. Rest in peace, Ozzy. Ozzy was the fucking man. Ozzy is Ozzy was the fucking man. Ozzy is the cornerstone of all metal, all rock, all alt rock, and you can even say some hip hop. There's T-Pain covered War Machine, and there's
Bro, Trick Daddy said that he gave him his biggest hit.
yeah, he did. Trick Daddy, I think it was Let's Go. And so Ozzy contributed so much unselfishly to the music industry, and even so much and I made this a point, right? After I seen the concert or the pretty much, if you want to call it this, Ozzy's funeral, where Youngblood performed Changes, right?
Yeah.
Like in my opinion, that was like Freddie Mercury at Live Aid, right? Just like a fucking beautiful moment. And
Gave me goosebumps thinking about that, man.
and he, Ozzy blessed Youngblood and gave him his blessing and pretty much made him his successor, right? So that's a lot of pressure on his shoulders. But Ozzy created rock stars. Ozzy created moments. I mean, dude, that dude was so fucking controversial. And in his early career, I mean, from the bat to sniffing fucking ants on the sidewalk, like, and
the
even
crazy thing about
crazy-
Ozzy, man, is you go back to when he started and who was big around then. The Beatles, the Stones, et cetera, et cetera. And you can make the argument that the Beatles created a lot of rock stars, but they didn't have the impact that Ozzy Osbourne had. Respectfully, I think Ozzy Osbourne is in a completely different league of his own. Guns N' Roses can't touch him. Metallica can't touch him. Iron Maiden, Judas, nobody. And we all saw that farewell concert. And all of those bands that were there for him. They didn't do anything like that for the Beatles. They didn't do anything like that for the Stones. Ozzy is, in my opinion, the greatest musician of all time.
Yeah, I agree. Hands down. JR, you want to say anything?
I'm just gonna miss him saying Sharon.
Sharon.
No, but yeah, he's a legend. That's all I gotta say. So, like I said, I was on the way home from work yesterday. Yesterday, Elastic Crazy Train all the way through. So I was like, yeah, I had to. So
it's heartbreaking.
Rest in peace, Ozzy.
Rest in peace, Ozzy. All right, so before we get into our wrestling content, the part of the show that we do on a weekly basis, we got this tradition around here, around these parts around here, like pop top on whatever drinking. JR, what you drinking on, man? Please tell me it's not coffee.
No. It's 6 o'clock, dude. No way. We are drinking. It's not Gatorade. Today we are drinking Vita Coco coconut water.
Ooh, you fancy girl.
Not sponsored.
Oh shit, you had to put that in there.
I missed hearing that.
Chris, what you drinking on?
I got a Polar Pop from Circle K. Got a nice little Powerade for 99 cents. Not sponsored.
Nice.
It is hot as all balls outside, so stay hydrated.
Nice. Well, I am drinking on a white birch beer. It's like root beer, but better. It's from
Not
White
sponsored.
Birch Tree. It's very good. The Amish make it. It's from Best Yet. It quenches you on a hot day, and it makes you feel mighty special. But you know what? I haven't had enough of it today, so I have a fucking monster right here. It is 6 p.m. I shouldn't
That's
drink
exactly
that.
why I didn't get a monster, because it's 6 p.m.
It's 6 p.m. I'm not going to drink this. It's just here for purposes, but we're not sponsored. You know, Monster, we'd love to be sponsored. This is the Ultra Peach Keen. Ultra Peach Keen, it hydrates you it doesn't hydrate you, it just gives you a lot of energy that later on you're going to crash from, and that's okay because we like to crash out here sometimes. So Monster, we love to be sponsored, and please don't block this video or give it kind of weird things. Yeah. So have a good show, guys. We're gonna have a great show.
Yes. Cheers.
All right. Cheers. Bam.
Cheers.
Yeah, dude, this white birch beer. I'd never had it before, and it's just like root beer. Tastes literally just like root beer, but it's better.
There we go.
I don't feel nasty after drinking one. But anyways, do we want to do today in wrestling history? We just want to move right on to the product.
Let's do it. We have, of course, as we've missed a few weeks, we have to share a couple of weeks here. So let's get to it here. We're going to start with July 13th, which was the last one we should have gone to. And that's what we'll go to.
Before we do that,
yes.
Chris, how was your vacation?
That was good, man.
Yes.
It was nice to be in a different state. It was nice to not have to worry about work for a week, and it was even nicer to go outside and not be 100 and some fucking degrees. So, I didn't miss that down here. It took us 20 hours and 25 minutes to get home. And when I tell you it was the most vicious drive I think I've ever experienced in my life. We had bumper to bumper traffic in Virginia. Fucking worst traffic I think I've ever driven through.
Fredericksburg?
It was like right before Richmond, whatever's on 95.
Fredericksburg. It is.
Yeah.
That's
fucking horrible. Almost the entire state of South Carolina, the road was under construction, so there was only one lane. That was fun. Then when we hit Florida at 5 a.m, we decided to somebody rolled the wrong dice in Jumanji and got into the middle of a fucking lightning storm so bad that we had to pull over to the side because I couldn't see in front of me. Bro, I swear to God, when we got into Florida, we're about to pull onto the main road where it takes us home and takes us like 2 hours to get from that point to our house. And most of it's driving through the woods. So we saw heat lightning. I'm like, oh, okay, it's heat lightning, whatever, it's fine. Bro, I swear to God, when we got to that road and it started raining, I thought we were on the set of fucking Twister.
Jesus Christ.
I was waiting for Bill Paxton to fucking come out and be like, it's coming! That was
great.
Dustin Hoffman and more.
That's great. I spent a majority of my last 2 weeks taking my daughter back and forth. So essentially, they had to drive from Tennessee to Baltimore, which, Chris, you had a little taste of Baltimore and how shit it is. Yes, I know. And they were going to fly out. They got here on like the 10th on my daughter's birthday, and then they were supposed to fly out on that Sunday. And so I had my moment of like despair and like I fucking hate my kid leaving and all this other stuff, and got them to the airport, and I cried on the way home. Got home, ate his cheese stick and stuff because I needed the protein. Then I got a phone call, hey, your daughter's passport was packed up in the household goods in Tennessee. So so we had to rush around DC the following Tuesday to get her passport, and they stayed for an additional like week and a half, and I got to spend a lot of time with my kid. We hung out a lot, got to go hang out at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier down where the sentries stay or the sentinels stay, and I got to hold one of the most expensive pistols in the fucking United States. It was made by Sig Sauer, and it was a $1 million pistol. And yeah, contracted to the United States Army. There's 4 of them in existence, and all 4 of them were sitting right in front of me. Shit was crazy.
And this is why we're $63 trillion.
Yeah. The United States Army paid for that shit, man. Right. This is probably the most expensive piece of equipment that they've ever paid for in the history of the United States Army. But at any rate, I had a great time with my kiddo, and it was just a good time. So, but Ryan's right. Baltimore sucks. I had to drive back and forth to Baltimore multiple times in that time frame, and I definitely will not be making that trip very often.
I feel that, dude. I was telling my brother when we got home, like, yeah, I don't ever want to drive to Jersey ever again, or drive home from Jersey ever again.
Dude. Oh, Jersey.
Horrible.
Well, look, I have to drive up to MetLife, and at the end of next month, I'm going
At
to see
least that's
System of
not
a Down.
far.
Nah, it's only a few hours.
I was gonna say that's what, like 6 hours, maybe.
Maybe I think maybe 4. I don't know, but
Yeah,
it's gonna be like 3 because my truck is a fucking monster.
Are you going to? You're going to SummerSlam?
No, I'm going to go see Korn open up for System.
Oh, right. Nice.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good fucking show. All right.
Freak Out Unleashed, baby. That was my jam back in the day, man.
All right, I'm done. There we go. Let's talk about today. Right?
All right. Let's talk about this day in wrestling history. With July 13th here.
And that big ass forehead.
Yep.
Head.
Look at that. You could
Bro,
put
look how fucking big her head is, bro.
Dog,
I know.
hey,
You could put a frick.
Yeah. I don't have my screen. It's like really small, so all I can see is her lips and her forehead.
Bro, all I can see is that fucking head. Like, holy shit.
Jesus.
Yeah, like
There's
what are
no
they playing at
body
the
there.
drive-in,
It's just
right?
her fucking head. Looks like a
What
blow
are they
up
playing the
doll.
drive-in on? What are they playing at the drive-in on her head, man? Anyways, we'll start in 1982. The WWF Tag Team Championship changed hands in Allentown, Pennsylvania, when Mr. Fuji and Mr. Saito defeats Jules and Chief J Strongbro. 1995, The Murderer wins the Best of the Super Juniors tournament in Tokyo, Japan, with a win over Shinjiro Otani. This is his second win. I'm not going to read the rest of it because I don't really care about him. 1996, ECW Heatwave 1996 took place at the ECW Arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I do have the card
Dude,
here.
I totally forgot that's what the NXT show is named after.
Heatwave. Oh, good point. That's a good point there, Chris. Yeah, I didn't think about that too.
That's the next show, too.
It is. Yes, that's right. Brings back memories. I was there last year. Good stuff. The Gangstas, New Jack and Mustafa, defeated the Samoan Gangsta Party of LA Smooth and Sammy the Silk in a tag team that ended in a no contest. Mikey Whipwreck defeated Paul Laria. The Eliminators defeated Sabu and Mikey Whipwreck. The Dudley brothers with Ray Dudley and Big Dick Dudley defeated the full-blooded Italians of Little Guido and JT Smith.
Super side
Tarzan. Oh yeah,
Bubba on NXT this week was insanely corny.
he was a little corny. Well, we'll talk about that later. Yeah, Tarzan Goto defeated Axel Rotten. The Franchise, Shane Douglas defeated Chris Jericho. Haha. Too Cold Scorpio and Pitbull number 2 in a 4-way dance for the ECW Television Championship. The late Louis Spicolli defeated El Puerto Riquino in a 1-minute match, but then was defeated by Sabu in a 11-minute match.
Nice.
And in the main event, the Sandman, Terry Gordy, and Tommy Dreamer defeated Raven, Brian Lee, and Steven Richards in a steel cage match for the ECW World Heavyweight Championship. Wait, what? So who got the pin there? Okay, anyways, doesn't matter.
Yes.
Whatever. What did it say?
It says it was a 6-man. Oh, never mind. So it says it was Sandman, Tommy Dreamer, and Terry Gordy defeating Raven, Steven Richards, and Brian Lee in a Rage and a Cage match. A pre-match stipulation said that if anyone pins Richards in the match, that man would win the ECW championship and the Sandman. But the Sandman pinned Raven, and thus he didn't. The title remained on Raven's hands. Very weird, but anyways. Okay.
Weird.
1997, WCW Bash at the Beach took place in the Ocean Center in Daytona Beach, Florida. In that event there, we had Mortis and Wrath defeating Glacier and Ernest the Cat Miller. Chris Jericho defeating Ultimo Dragon to retain the WCW Cruiserweight Championship. The Steiner brothers, Rick and Scott Steiner, defeated the Great Muta and Masahiro Chono in a tag match. The Juventud, Guerrera, Hector Garza, and Liz Mark Jr. defeated La Parca, Psychosis, and Viano 4 in a 6-man tag match. Ugh. The Murderer defeated the Taskmaster, aka Kelvin Sullivan, in a retirement match. Jeff Jarrett defeated the late Steve Mongo McMichael for the WCW United States Championship.
Double J.
JARRETT. In a tag match, the NWO of Randy Savage and Scott Hall defeated Kurt Hennig and Diamond Dallas Page. Roddy Piper defeated Ric Flair by technical.
Roddy the Piper.
Randy the Piper, yes, that's right. And in the main event, Lex Luger and the Giant defeated Hollywood Hogan and Dennis Rodman with Randy Savage by submission. Take one guess. You know what? No, never mind. No joke on that. no joke on that. Okay. Next. 1998 on an episode.
Let's put Dennis Rodman or Hogan in the fucking in the torture rack.
Oh yeah.
Fuck up. No way.
Oh yeah.
That must have been the most awkward torture rack of all time.
Well, I guess we'll have to I'll have to look back and see. Remember, he did put the torture rack on Hogan for the title, though. Remember that.
Down, brother.
Yeah. On an episode of Raw's War from East Rutherford, New Jersey in 1998, Kane and Mankind defeated the New Age Outlaws to win the Tag Team Championship.
It's gotta be Kane.
It's gotta be Kane. 2005, Matt Hardy, who invaded Raw in a work shoot angle 2 days prior in 2005, called into WWE's Bite This the internet call-in show to take aim at the guest on the show, Lita. The angle both were working was derived entirely from the very real-life situation with Lita cheating on then-boyfriend Hardy with Edge. The former was off the road nursing an injury. On the show, Hardy aired all the dirty laundry from their real life and deliberately addressed her as Amy Dumas, her real name, rather than Lita.
Hide your wives. It's Edge.
It's Edge.
2017, Nancy and Daniel Benoit were laid to rest at a private family funeral. Both were okay. Never mind. They were just laid to rest. Rest in peace, Nancy and Daniel. There. So 2017. That's 2007. What are the idiots there? Okay. Anyways, 2008, TNA's Victory Road took place at the Reliant Arena in Houston, Texas. On the card, we had a 4-way tag team match. Team TNA, which is Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin, and Curryman, defeating Team Japan, Masato Yoshino, Milano Collection AT, and Puma. Team Mexico, Averno, Ray Bucanero, and Ultimo Guerrero. And Team International, Alex Kozlov, Doug Williams, and Tyson Dukes. This was part of this round robin kind of tournament thing called the World X Cup. So this was the third round of it. Gail Kim defeated Angelina Love in a singles match.
Oh,
yes. Sanjay Dutt defeated Jay Lethal. The Latin American Exchange defeated Beer Money Incorporated in a Fans Revenge Lumberjack match for the Tag Team Championship. That was where TNA actually hired, I guess it's hired. They hired fans to be around the ringside, and they gave them leather straps to whack on to Beer Money there.
oh, fuck that.
Yeah. I think that was when Vince Russo was starting to be there. So, yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
On that one. Yeah, makes sense. Taylor Wilde defeated Awesome Kong to retain the Knockouts Championship. In the final round of the World X Cup, Team Mexico, which was represented by Volador Jr., defeated Team International's Davari, Team Japan's Naruki Doi, and Team TNA's Kazarian to win the tournament.
Wow.
Kurt Angle and Team 3D defeated AJ Styles, Christian Cage, and Rhino in a Full Metal Mayhem match, aka their version of a TLC match. And Samoa Joe versus Booker T for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship ended in a no contest.
God damn, it's a lot of no contest finishes.
Yeah. That's right. Speaking of TNA, in 2012, the phenomenal AJ Styles defeated Rob Terry to win the TNA Global Championship at an Impact taping in Orlando, Florida. 2015, on an episode of Raw from Atlanta, Georgia, the Divas Revolution truly kicks off when the acclaimed NXT trio of Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, and Forehead over there made their main roster debuts. In 2016, a champion versus champion match took place at the TNA Impact Wrestling tapings in Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida. TNA World Heavyweight Champion Bobby Lashley defeated X Division Champion Eddie Edwards to become a double champion.
Bro, that's crazy that Eddie Edwards has been there that fucking long.
Yeah, he's been there that long. Yeah, he's been their world champion a couple of times. Yeah, he's a loyal guy. Good. Yeah, good on him. 2017. WWE taped the first matches of their inaugural all-women Mae Young Classic tournament at Full Sail University in Orlando, Florida. It saw the debut of a number of women in the company who would go on to be well-known names in the company, such as Shayna Baszler, Mia Yim, Piper Niven, Rhea Ripley, Toni Storm, and many, many more.
And arguably the worst goddamn commentary duo of all time.
It was Jim Ross and Lita, if I'm not mistaken.
Fucking horrible. Oh my God, Vince is a dumbass for that one.
So didn't Toni Storm win that one?
She won the second one. This one was Kyrie.
Oh yeah,
this one was Kyrie. The first one, yeah. She beat Shayna Baszler to win the.
Yeah, I remember that. But then didn't Shayna take the title back anyway?
Yep.
Yeah. She did. Yeah, they went back and forth for the NXT title there back in the day. There, yeah. 2019, AEW's Fight for the Fallen special takes place at the Daly's Place in Jacksonville, Florida. The main event was a family affair as the Young Bucks, the Balding Bucks, defeated the Rhodes Brothers of Cody and Dustin. Okay, whatever. Notable birthdays: 1990, Kurt Stallion; 1984, Jake Christ; 1973, Necro Butcher; 1972, X-Pac. Happy birthday to you.
Make some noise. Yo, by the way, did you ever hear back from Sean?
No, I did not hear back from Sean.
Damn, man.
You fucking suck.
And Akira Hokuto, 1967. That's this day in wrestling for July 13th.
I might have an inside to it to that person through Shannon Moore. I have Shannon Moore's phone number in my phone.
You've had Shannon on, haven't you?
No. I hit him up, but he was like super busy. I'm probably gonna end up hitting him up here soon.
Shannon Moore, nice, good talent.
He's been sober for a while, so
yeah.
Oh, good for him.
Dude, you know, it'd be sick. It'd be cool as hell if by some way, I don't think it would ever happen, but if Shannon Moore can get us or get you hooked up with Jeff, that would be a pretty good interview.
Oh yeah, dude, I'd be happy about that. He's been sober 6 years now, I think.
3 years now, apparently. Good for him. Yeah. Good for Jeff. There. July 20th is the next day in wrestling here. It started in 1973. Jack Briscoe defeated Harley Race in Houston, Texas to capture the NWA World Heavyweight Championship for the very first time. 1992, Scott Hall taped his very first matches for WWE as Razor Ramon when he defeated Jim Powers, Paul Van Dau, and Tony Roy in separate matches at a WWF Superstars of Wrestling taping.
Wait, so yeah,
19. Yeah, the three jobbers there. Yeah, 1998. 2 title changes took place on WCW Nitro from Salt Lake City, Utah. Scott Hall and the Giant of the NWO Hollywood faction defeated NWO Wolfpack's Kevin Nash and Sting for the Tag Team Championship. And Bret Hart won the WCW United States Championship from Diamond Dallas Page.
I had no idea Bret Hart even won any gold in fucking WCW. Wow.
He did, yes.
Never won.
He actually won. No, he actually did win the big one, actually. He won the big one, actually. Yeah. But then he had to retire because of the injuries, thanks to Mr. William Goldberg there. Unprofessional.
Bro, when we get done with the day in wrestling, I want to address that motherfucker's comments because, oh my God.
Sure. Bill Goldberg's a homo.
Bill Goldberg.
Homo. He's nothing but a homo. He's nothing but a professional. He's a degenerate. Okay, never mind. 2008. Numerous title changes happened at the Great American Bash held at Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum. What title changes? Well, let's find out. The matches were Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder defeating The Miz and John Morrison, Jesse and Justice, and Finlay and Hornswoggle in a fatal four-way tag team match for the tag team championships.
Did I ever mention that I don't miss Vince McMahon's booking?
No. Yes, you've mentioned it, Chris. We know. I know. Finlay and Hornswoggle. I know.
You know one person exclusively that doesn't miss Vince's booking?
Who?
King Raheem.
Oh, yes.
I mean,
that king.
In all fairness, he did bring Cody back.
He did. King Raheem.
He did. That's true. He did make that call. So we'll give him credit for that. Here we go. Shelton Benjamin defeated Matt Hardy for the United States Championship. Mark Henry retained the ECW Championship against Tommy Dreamer. Chris Jericho defeated Shawn Michaels by technical knockout in a one-on-one match.
Jesus!
Michelle McCool defeated Natalia for the inaugural Divas Championship. CM Punk and Batista's match for the World Heavyweight Championship ended in a double disqualification match. John Bradshaw Layfield defeated John Cena in a New York City parking lot brawl.
Bro, that fucking
kiss my ass. This show sucks.
Defeated Edge in a title match to retain the WWE Championship in that event there. So yeah.
Oh my God, that's fucking magical.
Yeah.
Kiss my ass. This show sucks.
Oh yeah, please. I need to hear that before we
kiss my ass. This show sucks.
There you go. Perfect. 2014 Battleground took place at the Amalie Arena in Tampa, Florida. For that card, we have the Usos defeated the Wyatt family 2 out of 3 falls to retain the tag team championship. Bloodline wins.
I went to that show.
As you would say.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
Nice. You were at that show? Oh, there you go. Nice. AJ Lee defeated Paige to retain the Divas Championship. Rusev defeated Jack Swagger by countout. Seth Rollins defeated Dean Ambrose by forfeit because Dean Ambrose was filming a movie, so they had to write him off there. Chris Jericho defeated Bray Wyatt in a singles match. In a battle royal for the Intercontinental Championship, The Miz defeated last eliminated Dolph Ziggler. And in a fatal 4-way match, the heavyweight championship was retained by John Cena after he defeated Kane, Randy Orton, and Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns, I guess that.
Romanian Reigns.
I don't know how Santino would call him, but anyways, that was that there. 2019, ROH Manhattan Mayhem took place at the Hammerstein Ballroom in New York City. The main event saw the ROH Tag Team Championship change hands when Jay and Mark Briscoe defeated the Gorillas of Destiny of Tonga and Tonga Loa in a street fight.
Fucking goat, Tonga Loa.
Yep, the goat. He is.
Fucking goat.
2020, on an episode of Raw taped at the Performance Center in Orlando, Florida, Randy Orton defeated The Big Show in an unsanctioned match that was to be Show's last match in WWE. He left the company in early 2021 to sign with AEW and had been with the company. Same tape.
Sorry.
Following episode. At the same taping, filmed for the following episode, Monet defeated Asuka to win the Raw Women's Championship as per the stipulations of the match that allowed it. The title changed hands via countout. However, Bailey attacked leaving Kairi Sane to write her off, and Asuka back.
I can't really hear you, JR. You kind of sound like you're underwater.
Oh, maybe it was by headphones.
There we go.
So,
There you go.
oh, okay, is it good? Okay, all right, there you go. Perfect. Notable birthdays: 1987, Evil Uno; 1979, Adam Rose; 1969, Above Average Mike Sanders; Tiger Hattori, 1945; Bob Orton Sr., 1929; and Sky Low Low, 1928. I don't even know who that name is, but anyways.
And I've got to say, in all honesty, it's the biggest piece of dog shit that I have ever.
That's
Firing them all up here.
You're welcome.
There you go. And then, and today, July 26th, there's old Seth there with
Bro, him with the half and half hair is so fucking weird.
Yeah,
I know.
Weird to see now.
We'll start in 1986. Let me bring out my American theme. Dusty Rhodes, if will, won his last of his 3 NWA World Championships when he beat the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Woo! A steel cage match in Greensboro, North Carolina. But he won the belt 2 weeks later from me. That damn Ric Flair. 1988, a fully loaded In Your House took place from the Sealand Arena in Fresno, California. On the card, we had, let's see here, we had D'Lo Brown. We had D'Lo Brown defeating X-Pac in a singles match. Val Venus defeating Jeff Jarrett. Okay, this is the most random tag team ever. Farouk and Too Cold Scorpio defeating Justin Hawk Bradshaw and Terry Funk. Mark Henry defeated Vader. The Disciples of Apocalypse. Yeah.
This fat son of a bitch is.
Hey, he wasn't that fat. Well, Vader probably was the fat son of a bitch, but anyways. The Disciples of Apocalypse of 8-Ball and Skull defeating LOD, the Legion of Doom of Animal and Hawk. Owen Hart defeated Ken Shamrock in a Calgary dungeon match with Dan Severn as the special guest referee. The Rock versus Triple H ended in a time limit draw, 1-1 in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the Intercontinental Championship. The Rock was the reigning champ, so he retained the championship.
Microphone's doing it again.
Yep. Jacqueline defeated Sable by disqualification in a bikini contest because Sable basically showed with just handprints on her thing. She didn't have a bikini on, so she almost gave Jerry Lawler a heart attack. And Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Undertaker became the new tag team champions by defeating Kane and Mankind.
Bro, what a picture that was, too. Crazy.
Yeah. Yep. And the Jerry Lawler's face there. She saw the puppies. But anyways. Puppies! I was just going to say. On an episode of Raw's War from Columbus, Ohio, European champion D'Lo Brown defeated Intercontinental champion Jeff Jarrett to win his title and became a double champion at the time. So
whenever you say D'Lo, you gotta do the neck thing, bro. You gotta.
Yeah. You know, there's a funny story. So apparently he did that, and then he went to the back, and then he saw Vince McMahon, and then he goes, "You know that head thing you said you're doing?" He goes, "Yeah." Keep doing it. And he goes, "I didn't get fired. I can keep doing what I want. That's good." So,
It was a pretty great addition to that character.
yeah, that's right, exactly. 2003, Pro Guerrilla Wrestling held its first ever event in City of Industry, California. In the main event, AJ Styles defeated Frankie Kazarian. And on an episode of WWE Raw in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the Murderer retained whatever. Triple H faced the Ghost in a 60-minute Iron Man match. He won. He won the match. The Ghost won by a 4-3 decision in the Iron Man match. Randy Orton then won a battle royal to win the shot against that Ghost there, which he won it at SummerSlam. Enough about that guy. 2009, they presented Night of Champions at the Wachovia Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. On the card, we had the Jarrah Show of Chris Jericho and the Big Show defeating the Legacy of Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase for the Tag Team Championship. Christian defeated Tommy Dreamer to become the new ECW champion. Kofi Kingston retained the United States Championship against MVP, The Miz, Carlito, Primo, and Jack Swagger. Michelle McCool defeated Melina for the Women's Championship. Randy Orton defeated Triple H and John Cena by pinfall in a triple threat match to retain the championship.
You have a big mouth,
John Cena, yes. Mickey James defeated Maryse to become the new Divas champion. Why don't I say championship? Champion. There. Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio retained the Intercontinental Championship against Dolph Ziggler. And Jeff Hardboy defeated CM Punk to become the new World Heavyweight Champion.
Jeff Harvey.
Jeff Harvey, thank you. That's Mike Attaway there.
Jeff Harvey.
Jeff Harvey. The Harvey Show, yes. The Hard Boys.
The Hard Boys. It's like just as bad as the Ass Boys.
I know. 2010 on Monday Night Raw in San Antonio, Texas, the Nexus of Wade Barrett, Skip Sheffield, aka Ryback, Darren Young, David Otunga, Heath Slater, Justin Gabriel, and Michael Tarver won a 14-man tag team elimination match against Jerry Lawler, Yoshi Tatsu, David Hart Smith, Tyson Kidd, Mark Henry, Evan Bourne, and Goldust.
Team Jobber, nice.
But
that is literally Team Jobber in every sense of the word.
They didn't beat John Cena.
They didn't beat John Cena. No.
Remember when it was John Cena and Orton against the whole roster?
And then they eliminated everybody.
No. They won for disqualification.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They did. Yeah. Well, whatever. You kind of sort of buried a couple of those people there. So, but anyways. In 2012, at an NXT taping at Full Sail University, the tournament to crown the first ever NXT championship champion concluded, and in the match, Seth Rollins defeated Jinder Mahal to claim the title. 2015, Progress Wrestling presented Chapter 20, Thunder Bastard Beyond Thunder Bastard, from the Electric Ballroom in Brixton, London. In the main event, Will Iron Man Ospreay defeated Jimmy Havoc in a no disqualification match to win the Progress title. Anyways, but we have birthdays to celebrate today, so happy birthday to Tessa Blanchard, 1995.
Hold on.
Great.
Hold on.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
That's for this person here. 1988, Marty Scurll.
Go fuck yourself.
Charisma Vacuum himself, Roderick Strong. And 1956, Tommy Rich. And that is this day in wrestling.
All right. Man, that was a lot to cover. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man.
Feel like I just crawled back from under a rock. All right. So we have Monday Night Raw. Actually, you know what? This past week on Raw was pretty fucking good. Like
outstanding. Fucking outstanding.
Yeah. There's a lot. So the announcements for the show ahead of Raw was a Roman Reigns appearance, CM Punk segment, women's tag team championship match of Bailey and Lyra Valkyria versus Raquel and Roxanne. Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross, and a number one contenders triple threat match: LWO versus War Raiders versus New Day, and Sheamus versus Rusev. Everything on the card was like chest fucking
Banger
kiss.
after banger after banger after banger.
Yeah, right in the face. So
Pause, bro.
pause. Anyways, so the show opened up with CM Punk coming out, and Gunther interrupted him, and face to face, Gunther claimed that the two of them were equal in the way that they have massive egos, but his is justified thanks to his accomplishments in the ring. And then he said, "I'm going to make you regret ever stepping foot inside a professional wrestling ring and prove that you will never be the best in the world." Gunther dropped the mic and then walked the fuck out.
I want to say this about this promo segment, man. There are not too many people that can stand toe to toe with CM Punk on the microphone. Very, very small company that can probably equal that man's promo abilities.
Yeah.
But Gunther's promo on Monday was probably his best promo he's ever cut.
Yeah, absolutely.
What happened, Jim?
Oh,
I
just
I know your message.
the Bill Cosby comment.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, anyways, the show kept going on with Michael Cole and Corey Graves hyping up their match at MetLife Stadium. It's probably going to main event night one, as it should. And there's a backstage segment with Naomi where she interrupted Stephanie Vakir, pretty much teasing, seeing her in France for Clash in Paris. Yep. And then we had our opening match of Sheamus versus Rusev, man, and like
Fucking hell.
you could literally put that on my TV for fucking 3 hours straight, and I'd just continue watching because they're so goddamn good.
That's some top tier chemistry.
Yeah. And so essentially Rusev ate the shillelagh and Sheamus picked up the win, so that's a one apiece. So they're probably gonna have a tiebreaker. The next match was a tag team. Well, let's see. Okay, so the next match was a tag team number one's contenders match. Look, honestly, I didn't think LWO was going to pull it off. I really didn't.
So who was it? It was Joaquin that picked up the win, right?
Yeah.
Joaquin picked up the win, yes.
Every time that dude steps in the ring, he does shit I've never seen people do.
Yeah.
And every time he clears out the ring, that crowd is so behind him. He has a special talent that not a lot of people have, and that's connecting with fans.
Yeah.
And we talk about that all the time. We've had entrances that people come out to silence. People will cut promos and nobody will react. But Joaquin is special. I think his in-ring work, he kind of reminds me a little bit of him and his tag team partner. What's his tag team partner's name again?
Cruz del Toro?
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of Paul London and Brian Kendrick a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, I would say that.
Yeah. So in the match, there was some involvement with El Super El Grande Americano, with a shot of espresso on the side, and Dragon Lee got involved with that. So we're going to see what happens there. There's a bunch of chicanery happening. Yeah. That was a fun match. Next we had a Becky Lynch promo where she just came out and she's been instigating some shit with the red and the yellow.
She's been great.
Absolutely. Backstage, they did confirm that A-Town Down Under's done.
Yeah,
which is good.
Well, it's done due to unfortunate injury.
Yeah, unfortunate injury, but Grayson pretty much was like, "It's done. I'm not going back."
Which begs the question: is it storyline injury or is it legitimate injury? Because I feel if this can be a storyline injury, it can help Austin come back and
Yeah.
yo, you took me out and blah blah blah,
Yeah.
and
It-
kind of like that.
It has to be a storyline injury because he just literally had a match last week with El Grande, so he literally was already still active by the time this
And
injury happened. So
Yeah.
Just don't send him back to NXT. I feel like one of the very few times I would be against somebody getting sent to NXT, and I think Austin has reached above the bar of going to NXT
I
for
agree.
his career right now.
I agree. So next we had the Becky Lynch promo with Lyra Valkyria, and essentially Becky said, if you lose, you never challenge for this championship again as long as I hold it.
Yep.
And then it's a no disqualification match, so that's cool. Side note, I watched Happy Gilmore 2 yesterday.
Oh, I have to watch it. I haven't watched it yet.
So fucking good. And I know, Chris, I know you hate MJF, but he was good in this movie. He was entertaining.
You used MJF and good in the same sentence.
Yeah, I know that, and that's really weird for me to do, but he was actually pretty good. So, anyways, really, really good segment there. Next, we had the women's tag team match of Bailey and Lyra versus the Judgment Day. Yeah, it is what it is. Judgment Day.
I thought it was a very good match.
It was a yeah. It was
Raquel finally got that kick in the ass that she needed. People are like, "Oh, well, Kevin changed her whole career." I'm like, bro, I don't think you guys realize that she worked that way in NXT. Like, she really, literally worked big in NXT.
Yeah. All Kevin said was just bring that back. That's all he said in this.
So one of the things that's been happening, like pretty much all night, that I didn't mention is that AJ Styles has been pretty much stalking Dom. Like they pulled up to open up Raw.
AJ is having the time of his fucking life. Shout out AJ Styles.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm a violate.
Yeah. And Dom gave him the keys. And Dom was like, "What are you doing, man? What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm just a valet. Just a valet."
I think the janitor was probably the funniest one.
Yeah, the janitor was funny, and then the doctor.
Yeah.
So
the doctor was pretty good.
Yeah, so Dom got kicked by Lyra, by Raquel in the fucking face. He's laying there and he's holding his stomach, and he's like, "Oh," and the doctor rushes over and checks him.
That was,
and then you
that
see
was an independent wrestler. That was actually an independent wrestler, Alex Garcia, very pretty lady. Mm-hmm.
And then you see a hand move Alex Garcia to the side, and then we seen AJ checking up on him, and he jumps up and runs away. Yeah, he's trying to do resuscitation on him. It was a really good segment. And the craziest of all, Sami Zayn and Karrion Kross closed the fucking show out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that is wild. And I'm happy about it.
That was the end of the show?
Was it?
That was the last match prior to that was the last match prior to Roman. Yes.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. I was wrong. No, it wasn't.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
No, it wasn't. So, anyways, I thought that they did. That's my bad. Anyways, yeah. So this was a return from Night of Champions, and we seen Cross get the lead pipe from Scarlett. Scarlett kind of tossed it at him, and it caught him in the fucking nose, busted his nose open, and he hit Sammy in the fucking stomach with it and picked up the win. And so that's gonna lead to a match at SummerSlam.
SummerSlam, baby.
Cross is back on the PLE, baby. Let's go.
Cross needs to pick up the win.
Hey.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, dog, if they have Sami Zayn win again, you're gonna hear me lash out on the podcast.
Oh yeah, no doubt. And
I won't stop. I won't stop you on that. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yes.
Look. Okay, so real quick about Sammy. My daughter was asking who I dislike the most in wrestling right now, and I said Sami Zayn, and she said why, and I said because his underdog character has been played out too fucking much. Once he beat Gunther at WrestleMania for that Intercontinental Championship, that mystique of the underground or of the underdog went away. His character work is fucking mud. I hate watching his character work. I absolutely hate it. I'm just at this point where if he slipped off in the night and they did not renew his contract, I wouldn't feel bad at all.
I think with Sammy, I don't know what it is about Sammy that I don't like. I just, every time he's on my TV, I roll my eyes.
Yeah.
Like, because it's just like, this motherfucker is going to win the Royal Rumble next year. Like, that's the way I see it, is how they're booking him. And if he doesn't, I'll be fucking happy as hell he doesn't. But it kind of seems to me like they're building him to win the big one at WrestleMania, which I am 1,000% against.
Yeah.
Not everybody needs to be a fucking champion. And you know who it reminds me of? It reminds me of when they were trying to do a solo run with Johnny Gargano. And I know Johnny and Sammy aren't exactly the same, but I feel like with Johnny, Triple H was trying so hard to focus back on that. Oh, well, in Black and Gold it worked. It's not going to work on the main roster, dog.
Yeah.
We've seen that. Like, this is the best version of Johnny that we've gotten in a very long time. But with Sammy, I'm tired of him going over in feuds, just like I'm tired of Priest going over in feuds. Priest has been cooled down. I'm not going to shit on Priest. Right now, anyway. But I don't know. Triple H is really weird about how he books certain talents.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So our next match was Stephanie Vaquera versus Io Sky. That was the one I forgot about. Dude, once again, these two women, I could watch them all wrestle all fucking night because they're just that goddamn good. Yeah, pretty much. But respectfully. Anyways, so we saw interference of the Secret Service jumping in and attacking both women. And then Chelsea came in and added insult to injury. And then we saw Rhea come in.
She did.
To make Yeah, you know what I give for that? You know what I give that? A boom.
We salute. Win.
Yes.
Anyways, so our next segment was we had Paul Heyman, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed in the ring. And Paul said that he, with Seth out, that the stable needs a leader. And Roman came out. And look, I'm just gonna honestly say, looking at Roman, he looks like he's having a blast. And he pretty much said he said that Paul Heyman's a master manipulator, and claimed that he could fix the Bloodline's problems. But he said, Paul Heyman said, "You'll always be my family because I love you, my tribal chief," playing that shit. And Roman said, "You're not a wise man anymore. You're just a dumbass," which had Braun Breaker step up. Then Roman pretty much means, said, a few years from now, you're going to be the man around here. But he's going to take all the credit for that, which he did the same thing.
And you saw Braun was second guessing his allegiance.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
And then he said, Roman said, you couldn't create the bloodline. That's God's work, pretty much.
That was my favorite line of that whole promo. He's like, he thought this was another wrestling faction. No, this was God's work. Yeah. And then Breaker stepped up in between Roman and Paul Heyman again. Back up, son.
He said, I'm the big dog now. I'm the top dog now. I'm the future of WWE. I'm the man around here. And then it came to blows. And Jey Uso came out to make the save. So it looks like we're going to be getting a tag team match at SummerSlam. Roman and Jey against...
three, technically.
Yeah, we're going to be getting Roman and Jey against Bronson and Braun Breaker. Look, and I'm going to say...
No problem with that.
Yeah, look. There's a few things that I feel are going to happen at SummerSlam, and when we talk about them, when we get to those points, I'm going to vocalize it. What I'm saying now, I really think this injury that they're doing, it's kayfabe.
It's a work.
It is a work.
I think it's not as serious as they're leading it off to be, because why do they keep talking about it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like him
There's
saying
no prognosis.
him saying that he's going to be out a really long time, and he has a whole year to cash in. Okay, so there's two things you connect right there. Why do we keep talking about it?
Yeah.
I'm still under the impression that the goal is CM Punk being the champion and Seth Rollins taking it from him.
And
That is the only logical fucking booking on Money in the Bank. Not John Cena, not Cody Rhodes, CM Punk and Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. Nothing else. Or bust.
I'm going to say this. I think that CM Punk wins at SummerSlam. Look, no, hear me out. Fantasy booking here. This is what I'd like to see. Little fantasy booking here. Little tutu there. I think Punk is going to win by some fluke or by some stroke of luck, and then Punk is going to cash, Rollins is going to cash in. And I'm saying that I feel like it's kayfabe because there hasn't been a prognosis generally with an injury like that, especially with Seth Rollins, somebody so big they would come out and tell you how long they're going to actually be out and what the fucking extent of the injury is. They haven't done that. Period. Seth is still making appearances outside of WWE. He wouldn't be doing that.
I have a question on that when you're finished.
And so I think that that's going to lead up to Seth having a long run, keeping the championship until WrestleMania, and we'll see Punk win the Rumble and then go on a WrestleMania challenge.
So here's my question on that theory. Say the injuries will work, right? Why throw away that Saturday night's main event match? Doesn't that more or less, and I know this word gets thrown around a lot, but that more or less buries LA Knight's momentum, does it not?
Not really, because he still beat Seth Rollins.
Did he
still? I mean, no, he didn't. But
you see what I'm saying?
No.
I just kind of feel like
we don't. Well, I feel like we don't know if that was the planned finish or not, right? And that's
supposedly Rollins was supposed to win that match.
Well, who knows?
It's news.
But I'm just saying, like, if the injury is at work, I would think, like, this is how I'm trying to look at it is all momentum that Knight had is gone because of that Rollins injury, quote unquote.
Yeah.
So I would think if you're making that a work, wouldn't you have, I don't know. The Knight thing just kind of sets weird with me.
Something about this whole thing doesn't feel right with me. With like the injury so deep into the match. I mean, that could have been planned. And then LA Knight. Look, if it was I look at it like this: if it was a legitimate injury, they would have fucking stopped the match. Like they have any time. No,
they went home. Remember?
Hear me out. They would have stopped the match and had Rollins on a fucking stretcher or walked out of that match. Like they would have called it. Period. But
I mean,
LA Knight,
the Jericho and Neville match didn't stop.
Different time periods, though. Different time periods. Triple H is very, very adamant on in-ring injuries.
That's
right?
true.
So he would have stopped the fucking match if it was not a work. And I feel like if it was real and they would have stopped the match, sent him back. The fact that Seth got up and then took a step forward and then got the BFT for the pin, that to me smells fishy. Like this is not a real injury. Even if Seth said, no, I'm good. Triple H would have called that shit.
I don't know. I feel like there's some really weird gray area there that we're not seeing more of. And I just feel like, when was the last time Knight was on TV? 2 weeks?
Last week. Well, 2 weeks. Yeah, I guess we'll call it. Sure.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's weird to me.
Yeah. Well, only time will tell. I
hope I'm wrong. I mean, I don't like throwing around that word buried very often, if at all, but it's like, his momentum, it just kind of feels like it got derailed.
It always does, though. Like he'll get so far and then it'll just drop off, right? Like he shot to the moon when he fought Roman, and then that match with Roman. I mean, we didn't see him for how long afterwards?
The problem with that though was they fucking had 2 weeks, if that, on a build.
Yeah.
I mean, that match really wasn't shit. I was there live for it, and I can tell you that everybody in the Trop really didn't react to that match.
Yeah. Well, that is Raw. I'm gonna step away from the desk so that Chris and JR can cover NXT.
You watched.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm all caught up. Yeah, I'm good. So yeah, we'll get to talk about it. Yes.
So we started off the night with Hank and Tank and Zarya. Hank, Tank, Zarya, and Sol Ruka versus the Culling. I thought this was a pretty decent match. The Culling won. Paxley got the pin over Zarya. I think that's a pretty noticeable type thing.
Yeah.
Then we had JC Jane come out. She is the official TNA Women's Knockout Champion and
yes, she is. Yeah,
looking
she is.
scrumptious as usual.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you and I talked about this a little bit. I think it was yesterday about the questionable decision having her win. And I think it's important to point out that maybe HBK and Carlos sat down and were like, listen, we're signing some new talents, or we're bringing new talents in, or building up new talents like the Inspiration. They just signed Jakara. Zaya Brookside is there. Dana is there. I mean, it kind of seems like they're back building their women's division again. And I feel, and I said this when JC won the title off of Stephanie. She's the perfect talent to build baby faces off of. She is very easily hated, and she does a very good job at doing it. I love how cocky she is, and I love that she doesn't give a fuck whose feelings she hurts. She was talking about how Fatal Influence dropped the ball, and talking about how they didn't help her, blah blah blah. She did it herself. The crowd was chanting JC2 belts, so that was kind of cool to hear. But out comes Lash Legend and Jada Parker. I think Lash is on her way to winning something. Like, it just feels like there's something shifting in her character that feels just right. I would love to see her be the one to take the title off of Sol Ruka, if not Zarya. I mean, I don't know. Zarya's kind of she's interesting because I feel like she's not really much of a character. She's a talent, but there's no character there.
Yeah, I think with Zarya, we're kind of stuck in this flux of, is she going to turn on Sol or is she staying with Sol? Because right now you have the merchandise with those two, so I don't think you want to break those up immediately with those two there. I think they're still in that kind of rivalry with the Culling, so they still have their program there with the Culling. So I think with Lash and with Jada, it seems like they're in the main title picture at the moment here, which rightfully so. So it's like it depends on
So here's my question to that when it comes to somebody like Blake Monroe. Do you have her start at the base level of North American, or do you jumpstart her and give her the Rocket as a main champion?
It's a good question. I guess we'll find out with this rivalry with later on here. She has her first official rivalry at the moment here. So with Blake, I don't think you want to go right away with her, because with Stephanie and Julia, you had every right to go right away with those two. With Blake, I think she just needs to get used to the fact that she's in a WWE environment now. And I think they're just trying to develop her character a lot more, which has been fantastic so far. So with Blake, I think you can be very patient with Blake, much like with other talent in that roster there. So
I completely
with a select few.
Then we had JC walk away, say that she's going to let Jada and Lash take care of their business, and they, try to run away. Next up, we had Jasper Troy and Ricky Starks. It seems like management must be really high on Jasper because he consistently booked, and I think his promos are, they're improving for what they are.
They're getting there. Yeah.
And I feel that Ricky is in a very strange booking position right now, and I'm not really sure
A little bit.
where his direction is, because I feel like Ethan and him, like, I'm glad they gave him the rocket ship, even if it was for a brief moment against Ethan.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
Ethan took it back. So it's like, I'm not really sure what Ricky's doing now.
Right. I mean, but look, we like with him and Ethan and all that, we can be patient with Ricky because, like I said, he's also getting used to the WWE environment as well. And he didn't get pinned technically. He just got a count out victory, but because you don't want him to be overpowered by this big rookie, this big monster.
Let's talk about that finish too, man. That ramp collapse.
Yeah.
Was awesome.
That was a little scary. That's a little scary to think about that. But I guess they had to think about it on the fly, that finish there. So,
and it looks like they capitalized on it, and it was a pretty awesome spot. Didn't look like Ricky got hurt at all.
Nope. It seems like they were okay. I was kind of worried about that little senton he did off the ramp there, but I mean, hey, they did it, and it's fine. I'm not too worried about Ricky. I think they'll get.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be fine.
It's fine. No problem.
Troy won by count out. Had just barely made it in the ring. Yeah. I want to read this observation from Bleacher Report because I think this is great. One of Saint's best qualities is his selling ability. He's great at looking like he's in immense pain.
Sure.
I think there's not a lot of people, especially nowadays, that sell very much. Mm-hmm. And I think if you have somebody like Ricky, put him in the ring with Seth Rollins, I swear to God, you'll get a classic. Because Ricky, and I hate to make the comparison because they remind me of each other, but Ricky reminds me of a more grounded Ricochet in terms of selling wise.
Yeah, I'll give Ricochet his flowers on that. He can sell. That is a good part of him.
Yeah, and I think that Ricky is a very good grounded wrestler.
Excuse me.
I'm curious to see how he does on the main roster, and I would love to see him, get more promos in, just a little bit more character, because I feel like the character's still not really there. And I want to see him in a feud that's not Ethan.
Well, no, they obviously branched him off of Ethan. They're already done with that. So
no, they're done with
him somewhere else. Yeah, they're done. With that.
Next up, we had probably one of my favorite segments of the night: Trick Williams coming out, talking all his shit about Undertaker. Had some really good lines in there.
He did,
towards Undertaker, and out comes Undertaker after Trick gets in his words in. He's like, "If you want to dance with the devil, I can flip that switch real quick." And like, when I do, I'm going to make you famous.
Yeah.
Arguably the best sell I've ever seen to a choke slam I've ever fucking seen in my life. Trick Williams is a god. I love it.
He was gonna. You should have just tombstoned him, man. That would have been better. But no, choke slam's fine. Fine. Yeah.
Then next up we had Ren Sinclair and Blake Monroe. Jesus Christ. It was a great match.
Yes, it was a great match. A great entrance. I love Blake's entrance. It's very
her new entrance is great. I really dug it a lot.
Very, very
that
good. It's not a copy of Tony Storm. If you guys are going to be freaking, jeez. Shut up.
That DDT was disgusting.
Yeah.
But the one she hit on Jordan, holy shit.
Yeah, that was like that was Drew McIntyre's Scott drop, but to the max there.
Yeah. And it looked like Jordan had a nice little knot on her head from that. So hopefully Jordan's good. I'm sure she is.
She's fine. Yeah.
So I'm a little confused on this whole Michelle McCool involvement. It kind of seems out of nowhere. Being LFG and also NXT.
Well, yeah, because she's one of the coaches, so
Yeah.
she's yeah. So it makes sense because they're all involved in there. So yeah, it's fine. I didn't mind. And they're in Houston, so it's in their hometown. So it's
Yeah, that's fair. She made the matchup. I believe it's Jasmine against Jada and Fallon against Lash Legend next week. Then we had probably one of my favorite title introduction segments I've seen in a long time.
Hey! So as a Canadian, oh yeah,
yeah. Please talk about this one.
Yes, please. So Ethan Page decided to come out. He had a cloak underneath what usually is a title presentation. We didn't know what was happening. He goes on to say that there's been a bunch of North Americans that have held this championship, but he says that the greatest country in North America is Canada. Our food is better, our mannerisms are better, etc., etc. He began to, knock the whole US and all.
Our women
And he
are
decided
hotter.
our women are hotter. Yes, exactly. And he decided to drop the regular NXT North American Championship and present a North American Championship in a Canadian brand. So you have the sides are the red, and then you have the maple leaf in the middle with the white there.
Beautiful.
I need that title. I need that title. It reminds me of when Lance Storm in WCW, he rebranded the United States Championship as the Canadian Heavyweight Championship. So I love the callback
for a moment.
Yes, that's right. And then I remember he also won the cruiserweight and the hardcore title. So he turned the cruiserweight title into like the Saskatchewan something, and then no, the 100 kilos or less title, and then he turned the hardcore title into a Saskatchewan rules kind of thing. It was very, very weird, but yeah,
that's great.
Yeah, but that's basically what he did. And then out of nowhere, Mr. Santino Marella came out to
a
his
massive
WWE
reaction.
theme. Well, and okay, it's his WWE theme. Of course, he's gonna come out to that. Yeah, that. And he Ethan Paga, as he
so funny.
Ethan Paga, as he called him, he basically called him out and wanted a shot at him. So we're gonna have Ethan Page versus Santino Marella next week for the Canadian. I'm gonna call it the Canadian Championship for now.
Isn't Santino? He's technically Canadian, isn't he? I don't remember.
He is from just actually local here in Mississauga. Yes,
nice.
he actually owns a MMA wrestling studio here in Toronto. So he actually
that's right. I forgot about the karate gear he wore that one time.
Yeah. He it's called Battle Arts Academy. So yeah,
nice.
it's like a gym. MMA. You can train in MMA. You can train in wrestling there. Trish actually trained with Jody Threat from TNA there for her comeback. So she knows a thing or two about that place. Yeah.
Next up, we had the fatal three-way meet-off: Oba Femi, Yoshiki Inamura, and Josh Briggs.
Wait! Before you say anything, let's do it. Ready?
No bread.
No water. Just
me. Oh yeah, man.
Woo! Yeah, I'll tell you. That was literally a barbecue platter with all the fixins and all the drinks.
Yoshiki shines so fucking bright in that match, man.
Dude, that splash. I love that splash he does.
The best setup I've ever seen.
Yeah. Oh my god, it was so good this match.
But Oba Femi, man, when he came in and just hit that fucking European uppercut, I was like, dude, Oba is a scary, explosive talent. Like, he is really fucking good. When he gets called to the main roster, bro, the very first match, I don't give a fuck how they do it. It needs to be Gunther or Jacob Fatu. I'm sold. Cinema.
If you're bringing him back, it's the Royal. If you're bringing him to the main roster, it has to be the Royal Rumble. But bring him to it has to be the Royal Rumble to start because we need to see him dominate in the Rumble first.
Which I'm surprised he hasn't been in the Rumble yet, has he?
No, he's not.
That's fucking mind blowing.
I know. It's kind of crazy. Yeah.
Then we had what was that? That was the very last match, wasn't it?
Yeah. And then we had Javon Evans, who's been all night taking notes.
Oh, right.
He's been taking notes about, all the talent there. And then Undertaker goes at the end, he says, "You want to go after the big dog? You want to make yourself famous? Go for it." And then plants the seeds. Heat wave around the corner.
I'm telling you right now, it needs to be Javon to take that title off of fucking Oba.
Mm-hmm.
There's nobody on that roster right now that I would want to see beat Oba. Nobody. And
that would be
that's crazy because the kid's only fucking 21 years old.
Yeah, which is the one thing that I'm afraid of, but it's the one that makes sense, honestly, because Javon is a amazing talent. He's got the promo work as well down, and he's just growing. So, but we still have that lingering question of if he actually is the leader of Dark State, because I don't think he beats him clean if you're taking the title off of Boba.
That's what I'm saying,
Javon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think your theory of him being the leader, because
it's the only thing that makes sense.
That would be the only thing that makes sense. You're right.
Because if I'm not mistaken, didn't they just do Trick, Joe, and Mike against Dark State?
Yeah, they did. Yep. They did. And then they just had a good tag match against the System and Cardona there. So,
Makes me wonder when Cardona is going to make his NXT appearance.
We will find out. This could be interesting. It'll be interesting.
That boy is bouncy.
Nice little rating that they got this week too. Blew
kick their ass
out of the water again.
Dying of shit.
Yep, of course. Dying of shit. Exactly. All right. Shall we get to Smackdown?
Smackdown.
Smackdown. Last night from the Rocket Arena in Cleveland, Ohio. Of course, we did start off with a very wonderful tribute to Mr. Terry Bollea, a.k.a. Hulk Hogan, with the whole roster being there, of course, for the 10-bell salute. Very respectful 10-bell salute, and a very beautiful video package created there, narrated by Mr. Triple H there. So good job with WWE there, giving him that honor, and then also highlighting some of his moments, which is great to see. And it's kind of crazy to think. I think someone pointed this out here that made the main events of some of the WrestleManias are not alive anymore. It's kind of crazy when we think about it.
Yeah,
Hogan was a lot of those, and now it's Bret Hart is the last remaining out of the below 10 to be a main eventer. So it's very crazy to see. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course the one to kind of screech it to a halt was Logan Paul. He comes out and says, "Oh, I thought you were saying thank you, Logan." And I kind of got a chuckle on me. So that was the perfect way to
figure it out, bro. He's got it figured out.
Yeah, he is just great. Yeah, and then Jelly Roll comes out and pulls out a pretty damn good promo on Mr. Logan
I was speechless.
Paul. Very good. He wanted to put him in a body bag and ship him back to Westlake, which was a very funny line there. And
when he was talking about the inspiration, he's like, "Did you just say inspiration? The only thing that you inspired was a generation of assholes that like to record themselves being assholes." I'm like, bro.
That's right. Yeah. Law Residents of the World. They went back and forth. And then, of course, Drew McIntyre walks into the ring, but then Jelly Roll then sings, "I hear voices in my head. They counsel me. They understand." And then Mr. Orton comes out without saying a word, gives a little left tap to McIntyre. The brawl starts. They had a little advantage on Jelly Roll there, but then Orton made the save on Drew. And then Mr. Jelly Roll got a little black hole slam there on Logan, a very smooth black hole or sorry, Black Hole. I gotta give respect to the big boss man as well because he kind of initiated that move there. So, boss man / Black Hole slam, but that was a very smooth move there. So, but yeah, I'm hyped for this match. I'm looking forward to this match. Good hype for these four there.
Yeah.
But no, we don't need celebrities. Yeah, fuck off.
And this
Next.
this is the funny part about the whole Jelly Roll conversation when it first happened, right?
Huh.
I watched a little bit of his interview with Stephanie, and he was talking about his journey of being in the wrestling ring, and he's like, if I can get below 300 pounds, can I have a wrestling match? And Triple H is like, yeah, like your family, dude. Of course you can have that. This man lost 300 pounds in a fucking year.
Yep.
Determination and passion trumps all your work rate bullshit ass fucking wrestling fans all fucking day.
Yeah. He gets the crowd going and all that. Good on Joey.
Listen to the reaction he gets.
He's great.
Who gets that kind of reaction that's a fucking wrestler that's not a main eventer?
Yeah,
that's
I know.
Crazy.
I know. Yeah. And he's
Dude is
gonna
beloved
come
around
on.
the world.
Do what?
Yeah.
I say he's beloved around the world.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like all these people that were shitting on the whole idea, I'm like, dog, do you not follow this guy's journey? Like, Jelly is awesome.
Yeah.
He's a good dude. He's a good dude. Yeah, I gotta put more of his songs on my Spotify at some point. Yeah, that's but this will be an interesting match there. We then had a very solid promo by Mr. Andrade and Ray Phoenix there. They were hyping up the tag division, and man, that's like that team's money. That team is money there. Good,
absolute money.
Good job. Yeah, good job on those guys. We then had the first match of the night, the petite cake boot. Sorry, the matchup between Alexa Bliss and Roxanne Perez. Excuse me, that because Roxy's cake is just absolutely outstanding, and Charlotte got me in a hypnotizing state there. Alexa,
I needed a paper bag watching that match.
Yeah. I needed a lot of Gatorade for that. But for those let's get serious here. The match itself, though, good chemistry between Alexa and Roxanne there. Unfortunately, Alexa suffered a little nose hurt her nose there on the dive on Roxanne. Raquel. But it's okay. She's fine, I'm guessing. And but Roxanne got the win over Alexa. And also she got a new theme as well, a darker version of her theme, which kind of makes sense. Yeah, exactly. Makes sense with the Judgment Day theme. So yeah, got no problem with that. And yeah, looking forward to hearing that more. We then had Queen Kathy Kelly speaking with Queen Jade Cargill. How she's hyping up about her match at SummerSlam there. We then had the Secret Her Service come in with Miss Chelsea Green. Once again, salute to her. Chelsea begins to run down Jade Cargill, but Miss Kathy gives her the kind of hint there that, by the way, she's right there, right behind you. And Jade drags Chelsea out there, and we have an impromptu match of Jade Cargill versus Chelsea Green. Pretty standard match as expected between these two there. Jade, of course, gets the win because obviously you don't want a title contender to lose a match heading into their big title match there. She gets attacked by the Secret Her Service. Tiffany Stratton, though, comes in for the save, which is kind of funny because I don't know if you noticed, Stratton was kind of matching with Jade Cargill outfit-wise. So that was a kind of an interesting take there. So they have a little stare down there. Then we have a segment here with Alexa Bliss, who's trying to, stop the bleeding on her nose. And Charlotte says that she'll consider becoming her friend if they win the tag titles. So a little continuing development there. We then had the aforementioned Cody Rhodes segment. I'm just going to read the line about Hulk here. just so that we are aware of it. So yesterday, WWE and Pro Wrestling lost one of its giants in Hulk Hogan, and I know emotions and feelings regarding it are complicated, but what is not complicated is his accomplishments and his contributions to WWE, to sports entertainment, entertainment as a whole. They are staggering and they are indisputable. So as someone who gets to stand here and say I'm a WWE superstar, he was the original, and I just wanted to take a minute and say thank you, Hulk Hogan. So yeah, well said. Absolutely well said there. He basically hypes up the match for John Cena, and basically he's essentially asking for the real John Cena to come. And oh my God, yes, you have your championship there. He wants the real John Cena to show up at MetLife Stadium in their street fight. That's going to happen.
I fucking need it so bad.
Yeah.
I think
That promo was really good, and I think it's one of Cody's underrated gems because I love that he was talking about the legacy of Cena and talking about how special the dude's career has been. And right after that, somebody pointed out that when CM Punk came out and did the Punkonomics to Cena, before he started cutting his promo and the mic wasn't hot yet, he said, "I'm gonna miss you," to Cena.
You did, yeah.
I truly think, for the longest time, if not his entire career, that this community and this industry didn't know how special of a guy Cena has been to the entire wrestling universe. I would dare put him in the same breath as Rock and Hogan. I really, truly would, because he has helped transcend the business.
You're not lying there. Yep, he's in that conversation. Absolutely.
Yeah. Here's another prediction from me. I think we're going to get a double turn. I think we're going to get a double turn because that is going to be the halfway mark from the moment that Cena turned heel to the end of his career.
Here's my question, since we didn't get to talk about it yesterday.
Yeah.
Who's the next babyface then? It's not Jay. We've already rode that wave. It's not Jay anymore. I sure as fuck don't want to see Roman in that spotlight again.
No.
There's nobody logically that can take Cody's place right now. I'm not against babyface John Cena. I'm a fucking Cena mark. Look at me. I'm dressed like a Fruity Pebble turned inside out.
Yeah.
Holding one of his titles because I'm a fucking Cena mark and I don't care. But there is nobody on that roster, NXT to WWE main roster, that can fill the shoes of a Cody Rhodes babyface. I think if they're going to do a double turn, they need to be really careful on how they do it, because we're going to be missing that babyface that needs to take down Cody Rhodes, because it's not going to be Cena, obviously.
No, it's going to be. It would have to be someone. They would have to build them up. But honestly, I see a double turn coming. I feel like Cody's desperate enough now to get that championship back. And he's been changing up his style of dress, right? So he used to come out in suits, and now he's not. Ever since he came back, he's not coming out in suits. I mean, the dude looked like a pilot from Top Gun yesterday. Or he looked like somebody in the 80s American Warrior or whatever the fuck it is that the Miz is filming. American Gladiators. Yeah, he looks like one of the dudes from American Gladiators. And so I don't know. There's slight little changes that I'm seeing that kind of hint toward a heel turn.
Because in your mind, who could take that place of Cody? Not named Roman Reigns.
Not nobody. At this moment, nobody.
Right.
Maybe they turn Gunther face and move him to SmackDown. I don't want to see that happen.
I think that's a bad idea.
No, but
I
it would
think,
happen.
yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, I have no idea. I have no idea what.
And that's what makes it scary. Like,
Yeah,
we're
but
in that time where before we were short of heels,
Yeah.
now we're short of baby faces because
Babyface.
nobody wants to see Jey Uso as a fucking champion again. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I don't
I mean, we talked about him earlier on in the segment, and what better way? LA Knight.
Yeah, but filling Cody's spot though.
See, there's the catch-22 that we were talking about earlier.
What?
If you want to give with LA Knight, if you want to give him the reins and try and
Oh yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I just the way. So here's my thing about LA Knight, right?
Yeah.
His promos don't equate to a main event babyface. Like, yes, it's cool to say LA Knight. It's cool to fucking listen to him, Ryan, in all his promos. Yeah,
no,
you know what I mean. But like, I don't see him being in the same echelon as Cody Rhodes.
Me neither. Like,
And
honestly,
I think that's what makes Cena dropping that title, which, it's going to happen regardless. It makes it scary because we don't have that baby face. If they have an overly aggressive baby face Cody at SummerSlam, I'm totally cool with that.
Yeah.
Because he still gets those reactions. Like I said to you last night, there's still meat on that bone.
Yeah.
That baby face run ain't dead.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think that it's going to be a him turning on the fans heel turn, but I think it's going to be a him like saying I'm protecting WWE from a potential inevitable, right? And then the ego just gets to his head. I mean, either way, it could be a number of people that challenge for it, and you wouldn't you would have to build a baby face. Just like when Cody Rhodes came back, he didn't come back as a top baby face. They had to build him into that, and they had to invest time and energy into that. So that's what they would have to do with this next baby face is time and energy.
Yeah.
But like honestly, I think it's going to go down in a way that a lot of people don't want it to see it go down. I think The Rock is going to make a fucking return at SummerSlam, and he's going to.
I think with that recent Travis Scott news, I don't think The Rock is going to be involved.
No. I don't think Travis Scott ain't going to be involved. I think The Rock will because if you think about it, it was an open invitation. It wasn't, and there was no confirming that Cena sold his soul. And so there's an open invitation there, and who knows? I think it could be a really cool turn to see what happens.
Yeah,
I just want it to make sense.
Yeah, I want it to.
Sure, that's fine. That's fine.
And
Don't rush it.
And I want a baby face to be ready.
I mean, maybe we get a heel Cody versus a babyface Randy. Have that be a program for a while.
But weren't they teasing a heel Randy though?
They were already teasing it already, so
they were. So they were teasing it, but if they went another direction with it, where it was a heel Cody and a face Randy, I don't see a problem with that.
Yeah. We'll think about this over the week, and then we'll get back to it at some point.
We're getting off track.
SmackDown.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, well, let's continue on with SmackDown here. We had Jacob Fatu then piping up his match with Solo inside the steel cage, which is great. I like the fact that they have a steel cage match between these two, which then brought up a returning Miz. Came back, obviously, with the Cleveland crowd. I guess he was done filming American Gladiators and Miz Golf there. And for some ungodly reason, he slapped the shit out of Jacob Fatu. And he said, "I'll see you in the ring." He's like, "Okay." Then we're going to have a match between Fatu and Miz. We then had a promo between Aleister Black and Damian Priest. I'm just going to read this out here. You know what's funny? You felt that it was necessary to stick your nose in my business, and the debt I wanted to collect is now inherited by you. So, Aleister, you think I owe you a debt? You reminded this collect I used to know in the streets. You know, the type he would collect when he was old, to take a little extra for himself. While I step in for one of my boys like I did with Truth. I didn't like that too much. When I give him my best shot, he never collected from anybody ever again. You see, a lot of people think that you and I are cut from the same cloth. The truth is that you fight to prove who you are, whereas I fight to prove you who you are. Uh, I ain't nothing like you. All you see in me is anything you want to be. I will unmake you. I will tear down the walls you build up to hold the truth. And when there's nothing left for the first time, priest, you will see yourself. And I promise you, you will not like it. Next week, I know who I am. I'm the bad guy. And not when I show up to my backyard, I ain't coming to play peacemaker. I'm bringing these hands, and I'm going to punish you. So there we go. So we have a
Pretty fucking great impression of Damian
Is
Priest.
it- thank you. Well, he's got that evil voice. He's got that deep
He's got
voice.
the Jafar voice.
Yeah, that's which makes me now. Well, obviously, we're both scared. We're all scared of that Alistair might eat the pin against.
I think
old,
Truth is going to be
Priester.
involved.
We will see. We shall see. This could be an interesting match there next week. We then had the match itself, Jacob Fatu and Miz. It was good to see Miz. He still got it, obviously. Obviously, some shenanigans with the MFTs coming out there. Of course, Jacob got the win. Once again, you can't have the title contender lose a match here. Jimmy Uso came in, made the save, yada yada yada. Move on there. We then had Kathy Kelly speaking with the Street Profits and B-Fab, asking about the match later tonight for Phoenix and Andrade against the Wyatt Six. We then had DIY coming out. Angelo Dawkins is wearing a Cleveland Cleveland Guardians shirt there. And he goes, and Johnny goes, "Keep that off. I'm the Cleveland guy." Yeah, which is funny because Angelo's from Cincinnati, so it's like kind of a funny thing there. They're just basically saying stay away from. It's like DIY says, "I have a plan about this," and then he tells the Profits to stay out of the way, so they walk away from that. We then had Zelina confronting Julia, who was then joined by a returning Kiana James, who is now representing Julia. So I like that. That's perfect. I like that. You bring her back in this capacity, pair her up for now. That's fine with me. So
I want her to represent me.
and Maron. Okay. But anyways, they're gonna have a rematch. So Zelina and Julia are gonna have a rematch next week for the title, which is fine. Yeah, gets Julia on the card there.
I'll be a little bummed that it's not at SummerSlam because I kind of feel bad for Julia for that title in general.
Yeah, I know, but hey, at least you're part of a big SmackDown, so that's fine. I have no issue there. We then get the breakdown of each match card for night 1 and 2. So night 1 will have Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. The Judgment Day, Roxanne and Raquel defending against Alexa and Charlotte for the tag titles. Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross in a one-on-one match. Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill for the Women's Championship. Gunther versus CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship, and Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus the Bronze in a tag match. And that's the card for night 1. And night 2, we will have Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles for the IC title. Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria for the other IC title, which I kind of find funny. That's kind of funny that both IC titles are on the same night. Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu for the United States Championship in a steel cage match. Naomi versus Rhea Ripley and Io Sky in a triple threat match for the Women's Championship. And finally, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes in a street fight for the Undisputed Championship. However, it seems like another match is being added for that card because I'm going to break it down on this match here because we had the main event, which was the Wyatt Six versus Rey Fenix and Andrade there. Kind of surprised they didn't do the Freebird rule, but maybe they're going to keep Gacy and Lewis together for now until they.
Yeah. It just seems like Rowan's just the muscle.
Yeah, it seems like it. Yeah. Well yeah. But it would be nice to see him in the ring again. But I guess with the combination of Phoenix and Andrade, it makes sense to keep it with Loomis and Gacy there. But the match itself was good. Good overall action there between the four there. It ended in chaos. or I guess in Nikki Cross's case, Sanity wins. She pulled the referee, causing the disqualification, and then once again, all the tag teams come out and start a Pier 6 brawl over there in Cleveland, which then brought out Nick Aldis, and he said, "You know what? You know what? That's it. That's it. You guys have, you know, have caused chaos for the longest time. So you haven't had enough of it the last time. You. SummerSlam, TLC for the tag team championships.
And it's
So
on the anniversary of the TLC match at SummerSlam.
that's right. So it is going to be the Wyatt Six defending the tag team championships, which is why I think that's going to be on night 2 if they play it right there. It's going to be the Wyatt Six defending against Fraxium, Street Profits, DIY, Ray Phoenix and Andrade, and the Motor City Machine Guns. So we have that match there. That was SmackDown. We also got a open invitation for next week as well, as Legado del Fantasma will defend their AAA Tag Team Championships against a team of whoever they're going to face. So
I hope it's
Let's see
Psycho
what
Clown and
happens
Pagano.
ooh, that would
That'd
be
be
interesting there. That would be interesting. But yeah, that was a solid SmackDown there. Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I feel like I would have liked to see the Wyatts retain normal and then just do chaos after, because I feel like we're doing the disqualification finish a little too much.
Especially,
I think it made. Yeah, but I think it made sense because you want to keep Andrade and Phoenix strong a bit. You
For
didn't
sure.
want them pinned right away, so because they're
Yeah, that
undefeated
makes
right now. So, yeah, I didn't mind the disqualification there. Yeah, but yeah.
You good, Sean? You've been quiet, like almost just tired.
I'm listening. I'm listening to you guys talk about it. I talked a lot. Tired. Man.
Yeah.
I recorded 4 fucking episodes today. 2 yesterday. 4 on Wednesday. 4 on Monday.
Oh, why?
Well, because I opened up my time slots thinking that people wouldn't fill them, and they did. And so I've had to limit my time slots to 2 hours on those recordings, and people are filling them up. Like it's getting to a point where like I'm sitting on 6 months of content backed up right now. I don't mind it because it puts me ahead of the game, but I am really fucking tired at the end of the day.
Don't run yourself into the ground, man.
Oh, I'm not burnt out. I'm not burnt out. That's great. I'm happy.
I'm just saying, don't do that.
Oh no, definitely not. Definitely not. But yeah, I mean, that and I've spent a lot of time with my daughter. So running around doing all kinds of crazy shit. Like I would take at some points 4 trips back and forth to Baltimore a day. Well, not 4, 2. So it would be like back and forth, 1, back and forth, 2. So yeah, it's just fucking. I'm tired. I've been busy this last month, and I'm fucking tired, man.
I feel you.
Yeah.
It's been nice to just take a break from recording.
Yeah. So next month I'm going to a bluegrass concert or a bluegrass festival in Gettysburg, and I'm taking my new friend with me, and then I'm going to see Brantley Gilbert. Yeah. Yes, Chris. Yes, Chris. Oh, she's great. She's great. You'll hear all about her if you call me. I'll tell you.
No explosions.
Hey. I'm not. I don't deal with dynamite. And there's been no collision.
Oh, there's no shockwave. Oh wait, sorry, never mind.
I do.
We're gonna have Fox too.
I do fight for the fallen though.
There you go.
No, but man, I've been having a great time, and so I'm also in September at the beginning of September going to go see Brantley Gilbert concert. I'm really excited about that. I love country music now, but yeah, dude, I've just been so fucking busy, man. and I'm just tired. I find myself being tired when I wake up and tired when I go to bed. So that's a good thing, I guess. Yeah, yeah, dude. Just been quiet, man. Been quiet. It's fun, but yeah, this is a fun show today, guys. Great time.
How many times did you say that today?
You know, I'm not. I mean, this is number five, but it's been five times, five times. Yeah. Also, I think TNA Emergence or Resurgence or whatever their fucking pay per view is
Yeah,
called. Is coming to
Emergence.
Baltimore. Yeah, it's coming to Baltimore, so I'm gonna be going to that. I don't know, depending on the finances. Depends on what I do. But yeah, guys, we got anything to say before we shut down the show?
Bill Goldberg is an ungrateful prick.
Oh, fuck
Oh yeah, that you forgot to mention that. Yeah, go off on him real quick. Go ahead.
I'm gonna make this a short rant just because Sleeping Beauty over there.
Yeah,
I'm just fucking with you, Sean.
no, I agree.
But I just feel like, number one, I didn't like how he kind of buried Gunther's chop on the podcast. That really pissed me off.
Yeah.
I don't like when old timers do shit like that, because it's like, listen, dude, they didn't have to give you anything.
Yeah,
we could have just remembered you for that shit show in Saudi. You know what I mean? Like, and just the fact that he was just so ungrateful that entire podcast, and then all of a sudden he went on a different podcast and kind of walked it back a little bit, and it's probably because of the public reaction. But like, I don't understand why somebody like him, who has been given so much opportunity in WWE, that just because the match ended the way that it did, I mean, if he would have gotten pinned, I think that would have probably been worse in his mind. But him getting choked out is a lot more realistic than fucking pinning him, quote unquote, because of kayfabe.
Yeah.
But I don't like when people like him are ungrateful. Like, look at how Brock Lesnar walked out. He walked out raising Cody Rhodes' fucking hand, or shaking Cody Rhodes' hand, and basically passing him the torch and piecing out, and never to be seen or talked about again. You know what I mean? And it's like, somebody like Goldberg, yes, he drew a lot of money for a lot of fucking people. And you could argue that a lot of WCW success was off of Goldberg's back. But let's keep it 100%. And, Vince's Goldberg fucking ruined half of the roster. I'm surprised some of them are even working for the company still. Kevin Owens and when Bray Wyatt, before he passed away.
I mean, for fuck's sake, he injured Charles Robinson. Man.
Yeah. And it's like, dude, what are we doing? Like, I understand Ariel's a disturber, and that's just, or a disruptor. That's what he does. But fuck, come on, man. All those questions, you knew what you were doing. And it's annoying that people like him have a platform sometimes.
Who was the guy that I sent the video of to the group chat? Was it? It wasn't Sam Roberts. It was the other guy.
Charles Robinson?
No.
Oh, Pete. Fucking Pete, whatever the fuck.
Mr. Pete. Pete Rosenberg.
Yeah, that guy.
Pete Rosenberg. Yeah, that fucking guy.
Obliterated him,
dude. Absolutely.
I can't believe it. Yeah.
Absolutely shit all over him. He gave them the Cleveland steamer.
Yep.
And it fucking just kept going. Right? Smeared the dirty butthole on his nose. Just everything. He shit all over Goldberg. And I loved every minute of it. And he just said the same thing that you just said, Chris, is that like Bill Goldberg has been given everything on
every fucking thing, bro.
Everything.
Which brings me to one more person, and this might be a hot take, but that Mr. Daniel Bryan is somebody I want to acknowledge for his stupid fucking comment.
Oh
saying
boy!
That WrestleMania 30 didn't mean much. He ruined Batista's return and ruined the fact that Batista was going to be at the main event of WrestleMania with Randy Orton.
And then
while that was supposed to be CM Punk's spot, and CM Punk walked out and gave that shit to Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean much.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Right. This man literally main evented over fucking Undertaker and Brock Lesnar.
That's
and
what I'm saying, dude. Like, fuck off.
Like arguably one of the biggest upsets in all of WrestleMania history, right? Like you main evented over that, and you still want to say, "Oh, it wasn't that much, bitch, please."
Yeah,
The
my
lineage of
respect
those,
for him is completely out the window.
the lineage of those championships that you won that night far surpass any fucking championship you won. The AEW World Championship, which is literally like a fucking paperweight.
Yeah.
You know, the Ring of Honor Championship, which I take nothing away from that, but still the lineage isn't as deep as the WWE World Heavyweight Championship or the Undisputed for that matter. The fact of the matter is that Daniel Bryan was handed an opportunity and he's ungrateful as fuck. Ungrateful and great. Little suck fest. Little fuck boy. That's what we're calling Daniel Bryan now. The fuck boy.
I call him means nothing but guy. That's what he is.
I'm just gonna call him Bree's husband. That's it.
Whoa, that's even worse than insult because he means something. Anyways, fuck Goldberg.
Fuck Daniel Bryan.
Fuck Daniel Bryan. I wonder if the interview that everybody's saying that Bret Hart did, if that was an actual like real interview, or if that was like, or if that was something that where he said Goldberg that's the send off Goldberg deserved and he didn't even get.
No, that was probably it.
No, that was a fake. That was a send off.
Okay. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, that's funny though. If it was real, man, hats off to Bret. Petty little fuck.
Goodness.
Yeah, but yeah. JR, you got anything you want to say before we shut down shop?
Just one more thing. Just one more tribute to him.
Say your prayers, eat your vitamins. Hulkamania will live forever.
Yeah.
What you gonna do?
Rest in peace, Hulk Hogan. Thank you.
Absolutely. Chris, you got anything you want to say before we leave?
Yeah. I'm not gonna be around next weekend. It's gonna be my birthday weekend, going to Comic-Con.
Nice.
And my birthday is on the 4th, so looking forward to that. Looking forward for the month of July to be fucking over with. But yeah, looking forward to a fun birthday weekend.
Nice. Now, I really only have one thing to say.
Kiss my ass. This show sucks.
Not this show.
Not this show. The one that's on right now.
Oh, right. I forgot they have shows on Saturdays.
But anyways, guys, I'm super excited about this week leading up into SummerSlam. SummerSlam is going to be awesome. My friend is coming over to watch night 1 of SummerSlam with me. I'm going to cook dinner for her. She's great. But anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Much love. Be good.
Hey. Yeah, let's see how you doing.